Turn E-Mars 7 intelligence that electrifies. Real. जमघट जहाँ रियल पार्टी पैक त्यहाँ नयाँ गुड नाइट फ्लैश और लिक्विड वेपोराइजर भन्दा 2 गुना बढी प्रभावशाली.
Proud to be associated with Kantipur News.
Government continues its efforts to stabilize the economy amid growing market concerns, but the recent report by Central Bank of Nepal shows a different picture of the economy. Political parties are still in the negotiation to resume the parliament sessions, but no consensus has been established till now. And in the State Affairs and Good Governance Committee, Home Minister announces that the government will introduce a separate bill concerning non-resident Nepali citizenship. This and more on Kantipur News today. Good evening, I am April Agising Lama. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. Government to introduce a separate bill concerning non-resident Nepali citizenship. Home Minister says the draft of the law is being prepared under the leadership of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Former President Bidya Devi Bhandari claims of not being engaged in factional politics with CP and UML, says she does not need to seek permission from the ruling party to meet with party cadres. Athletes 10 dead in a shooting at a secondary school in Austria. Students say one adult and the suspected gunman among the dead. And 2 critical FIFA World Cup South American qualifiers scheduled for tomorrow. Argentina is set to face Colombia and Brazil to play against Paraguay. Welcome back. Home Minister Ramesh Lekhak announced that the government will introduce a separate bill concerning non-resident Nepali NRN citizenship. During today's meeting of the State Affairs and Good Governance Committee, the Home Minister informed that a separate law will be drafted to grant citizenship to NRNs, and provisions will be made for those who obtain citizenship to enjoy economic, social and cultural rights. He stated that the draft of the law is being prepared under the leadership of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
गैर आवासीय नेपाली नागरिकताका बारेमा नेपाल सरकारले बेग्लै विधेयक तयार गर्दैछ। त्यसमा संविधानको भावना, संविधानको व्यवस्था बमोजिम गैर आवासीय नेपाली नागरिकता प्राप्त गर्ने व्यक्तिले आर्थिक, सामाजिक र सांस्कृतिक हक अधिकार प्राप्त गर्ने व्यवस्था त्यसले गर्छ। आर्थिक हक भने के हो? आर्थिक अधिकार भने के हो? सामाजिक अधिकार भने के हो? सांस्कृतिक अधिकार भने के हो? त्यसको प्राप्ति कसरी हुन्छ र त्यसको कार्यान्वयन कसरी हुन्छ, त्यसै विधेयकले व्यवस्था गर्ने भावनाले त्यो चाँडै सम्मानित सदनमा प्रस्तुत हुनेछ।
Home Minister Lekhak also informed that the Nepal Citizenship Act 2063 is being amended to resolve the problems faced by Gurkha soldiers. He added that further discussion and debate are needed regarding the demands of the Gurkha soldiers. Now, former President Bidya Devi Bhandari stated that she does not need to seek permission from CP and UML to meet with party cadres. Speaking with journalists today at Biratnagar Airport, former President Bhandari explained that she has been working in the party since before she formally joined as an organized member, and having been active in the party before becoming president. And prior to taking organized membership, she does not need UML's permission.
अब मैले पनि समाजसँग त साक्षात्कार त गर्दै गर्नु पर्यो, भेटघाट गर्दै गर्नु पर्यो। के छ जनताको विचार, आकांक्षाहरू, नयाँ पुस्ता के चाहन्छन्, त्यसलाई पुरा गर्न मैले सुरुमै भने कि राष्ट्रिय आकांक्षालाई हामीले साकार बनाउन हामी लाग्नुपर्छ। हाम्रो त्यो परम कर्तव्य हो। बाँचुन्जेल हामीले सङ्घर्ष गर्नुपर्छ नयाँ पुस्ताको लागि र देशको लागि। त्यो हिसाबले म देशभित्र घुमफिर गर्न नेकपा एमालेका कमिटीहरू र नेताहरूसँग मैले अनुमति लिइरहनु पर्दैन।
Former President Bhandari also asserted that she has not engaged in factional politics within CP and UML. A few days ago, Prime Minister and UML Chair KP Sharma Oli had warned party cadres against factionalism. Bhandari, however, responded that Oli's warning was not aimed at her. After spending 4 days in Morang and Sunsari, Bhandari returned to Kathmandu today. Bhandari, who served as president twice, has sparked speculation within CP and UML about her potential to return to active politics. Moving on, Finance Minister Bishnu Prasad Paudel has stated that there is no problem between the fiscal policy and the monetary policy. Speaking at a program held in Kathmandu today, Paudel claimed that the balance between monetary policy and fiscal policy, as well as the relationship between the Ministry of Finance and Nepal Rashtra Bank and between the Finance Minister and the Governor is harmonious. He added that the notion of any misunderstanding has not been conceived by the state system itself. He also expressed a commitment to move forward by maintaining balance between monetary and fiscal policies. Minister Paudel further stated that efforts will be made to make the country's economy dynamic.
त्यो आर्थिक सुधारको अर्को एउटा स्टेपका रूपमा बजेट आएको छ। त्यस्तै गरी म फेरि पनि यहाँहरुको सामनेमा राख्न चाहन्छु, यो सुधारको श्रृंखलाको अन्तिम कडी बजेट होइन। हामी सुधारका अरु आवश्यक कदमहरु चाल्दै जान्छौं। तबसम्म चाल्छौं, तबसम्म चालिरहन्छौं जबसम्म साँच्चै नै नेपालमा स्वदेशी र विदेशी लगानीको मात्रा र दायरा बढ्दैन, जबसम्म उत्पादकत्व वृद्धि हुँदैन, जबसम्म देशभित्र रोजगारी सृजना हुने, देशभित्र भविष्य खोज्ने हरेक नेपालीले आफ्नो भविष्य देशभित्र देख्ने, देशभित्र भविष्य खोज्ने स्थिति सृजना हुँदैन, जबसम्म सबल राष्ट्रिय अर्थतन्त्रको निर्माण हुन सक्दैन, जबसम्म हामीले नागरिकलाई सुखी जीवनको प्रत्याभूति गर्न सक्दैनौं, तबसम्म सुधारको श्रृंखला जारी नै रहन्छ। एकपछि अर्का सुधारका कामहरु हामी गर्दै जान्छौं।
The government has been claiming that signs of economic recovery are beginning to emerge. However, the report on the nation's economic condition up to the Nepali month of Baisakh, released on Tuesday by Nepal's central bank, Nepal Rashtra Bank, does not support this claim. If the economy were actually improving, there should have been a notable increase in credit investment. But as of the Nepali month of Baisakh, loan growth stands at only 7%, whereas the central bank had set a target of 12.5% for this fiscal year. In the Nepali month of Baisakh of the previous year, the average interest rate on loans from commercial banks was 10.34%. This year, during the same period, it has dropped to 8.11%. That means the interest rate has declined by 2.23 percentage points compared to last year. Compared to 2 years ago, loan interest rates have fallen by nearly 5 percentage points. However, even with cheaper loans, borrowing from banks has not increased. This clearly shows that the economy is not picking up. If the economy were active, entrepreneurs would be taking loans to expand their businesses and industries. However, due to low consumer demand, banks are unable to issue loans. Despite aiming for 12.5% loan growth in 1 year, the central bank has only managed to achieve a 7% increase. Now it is time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse, brought to you by
Global College of Management, the first choice for +2 management. Baneshwar, Kathmandu. Global School of Science, an exclusive center of +2 science. Baneshwar, Kathmandu.
Yesterday's question: why has the government struggled to incorporate sectors that are outside tax net? Your options are A, crises of trust, B, fear of protest, C, can't provide services in return, or D, don't know. Visit www.kantipurtv.com or www.ekantipur.com to share your opinion with us. The growing misuse of pesticides in vegetable farming, unsafe spraying methods, and a lack of precaution while consuming produce have raised serious health concerns. The Agriculture Directorate of the Lumbini Provincial Government has launched a pesticide awareness campaign. As part of the initiative, direct training is provided to farmers, consumers and students, with teams teaching farms, markets and schools to promote safer agricultural and consumption practices.
In rural Nepal, children can be seen handling pesticides without any protective gear. This scene reflects a broader issue. Most farmers use pesticides with little to no precaution. There are no safety measures, no guidelines followed, and no awareness of proper usage, dosage, or waiting periods. A new campaign is underway to change that. Technical teams are visiting farms and giving hands-on training. Farmers are being taught when and how to apply pesticides, how to select the right type, and how to use personal protective equipment like gloves, masks, goggles, and boots. Basic hygiene practices like washing hands and changing clothes after pesticide use are also being emphasized.
7 दिनपछि छर्ने अब 7 दिनमा त पुरा लगानी पनि किराले खाएर जान्छ.
Excessive use of chemical pesticides is damaging the soil. While yields may improve temporarily, long-term effects include declining fertility, loss of organic matter, and reduced water absorption capacity. These risks underline the need for widespread education and responsible pesticide use.
आफू कसरी सुरक्षित हुने र त्यो विषादी छरिसकेको प्रोडक्टलाई चाहिँ उपभोक्तासम्म पुर्याउँदाखेरि कसरी सुरक्षितसम्म पुर्याउने.
यहाँका अधिकांश किसानहरू यो कृषि पेशाबाटै पलायन हुने अथवा उहाँहरू अल्प आयुमै मृत्युवरण गर्नुपर्ने भयावह अवस्था हामी देखिरहेछौं.
The Agriculture Directorate, in coordination with its different offices, in coordination with its district offices, has launched this initiative across all 12 districts of the province. Training programs now include digital tools to enhance learning. Pesticides are part of farming, but safety is just as important. It is time to shift toward safer, more sustainable practices to protect both the soil and public health. For Kantipur News, a report by Bhuvan Pandey.
That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.